Hello?
What's up, DK? Sergeant Bond trying to hire you for 3 to 11.
Yeah, I'll take it, pay.
Okay, you're hired.
All right.
Black victims of Americanism are waking up, and they're gaining a new political consciousness, becoming politically mature. And as they develop this political maturity, they're able to see the recent trends in these political elections. Any minority that has a block of votes that stick together is in a strategic position. Either way you go, that's who gets it. You're in a position to determine who go to the White House and who stay in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You and I have never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy. When we open our eyes today and look around America, we see America not through the eyes of someone who has enjoyed the fruits of Americanism. We see America through the eyes of someone who has been the victim of Americanism. We don't see any American dream. We've experienced only the American nightmare. We haven't benefited from America's democracy. We've only suffered from America's hypocrisy. And the generation that's coming up now can see it and are not afraid to say it. 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 And are not afraid to say it.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this beautiful Friday morning. And what's up, AJ? What's going on?
What's good? What's good?
Today, we're doing a quick interview with Tasha Diaz. She's doing Yonkers Councilwoman Tasha Diaz, trying to wait for her to come on. And hopefully she logs in soon. I haven't seen her yet, but hopefully she'll log in soon. So what's up, man?
Oh man, I was just telling people, I was like, yo, staying inside, staying safe, catching this cabin fever, but at least that won't kill you though.
Yeah. Hey, listen. People got to do what they got to do, man.
No doubt.
People have to do what they got to do to survive. Let's say we waiting on Tasha to come in. Yonkers Councilwoman Tasha Diaz. Like I said, she's doing a lot of great things. She's out there giving a lot of stuff to the community. She's doing a lot of stuff. She's even making face masks. You know, she's even making face masks for people that are in Yonkers, man. I mean, this is someone who is a first term elected into office in Yonkers, and she's really doing it, man. She's really doing it. So hopefully she logs in, you know, and we're able to talk about how the virus is affecting Yonkers and what is the political response. And she also sending a beautiful letter out to the governor, which every elected official should send out. So hopefully we can get on. We can talk about that.
No doubt. I just want to say, yo, a lot of times you'll see elected officials, you'll see candidates. They do things while they're running. They do things to get the vote, and then they get elected, and you don't see them no more. What's authentic about Tasha? This is Tasha before she was even running for office. This is the kind of stuff she was doing in her community. And being an elected official, Just gave
Right.
her a bigger forum to do what she's always been doing. You can always tell people when they're authentic and people that are just doing stuff to get your vote, or, they just doing stuff around election time to get reelected or something. You know what I'm saying? You can tell those that are just real from, and she's definitely real.
Yeah, definitely. Big up to Kevin Segerson, co-worker, Westchester County Jail. Big up to Kevin Segerson. Big up to all the correction officers, first responders. But the ones that we don't talk about is your correction officers. New York City, which they don't talk about, is over 1,000 officers are out sick um, in New York City corrections, and the press is not talking about that. We have a good number of officers out sick, and if people did not see the Low HUD article, there's officers and inmates affected by this, and I think it is a fluid situation where management of these departments, whether it's police, correction, EMS, essential services, or first responders, they have to keep up with the science and keep up, because it's changing. It's constantly changing. When 2 months ago, it was, they were saying, well, you got just stay 6 feet and you be okay. Right. Now we find out that just being 6 feet from a person, you could still catch it. They're finding out now that just not the droplets will go down to the ground, but there's still a mist. And now they're finding out also that people that are asymptomatic, that are not showing any symptoms, are carrying the virus. Before they was telling us, well, you can't get tested unless you show symptoms. But now the data is showing that a great number of people that won't show symptoms and are carriers. So I think it's fluid that responders, essential workers, elected officials should be able to get all of us tested immediately, so you know what you're dealing with, instead of waiting for someone to get ill. So by the time that person is sick and showing symptoms, he's probably had the virus for at least he or she has been at work, had the virus for 2 to 3 weeks, and then infected other people. I mean, being in corrections, and any correction officer will tell you that we go and we're exposed to a lot of things. In the 90s, it was AIDS. It was the AIDS epidemic, and we had to restrain and sometimes be spit upon. And if we were getting physical and there was any blood, we had to worry about the AIDS epidemic. And then you had the SARS epidemic, right? Swine flu, MRSA, hepatitis. These are the things that correction officers face because of the lack of circulation and the closed in, and these germs fester. So washing your hands and keeping clean is something that an officer is trained to do, and is told to do from day one. And we used to, in the AIDS epidemic, we used to, um, JT Fitzgerald, another co-worker, God bless you, brother. Uh, and you got some COs, retired COs coming on the line, and they would tell you, we were told, in the 90s, treat everyone as if they have AIDS. That's how that's the best precaution, is to treat everyone as this, if they have AIDS. And this is the same precaution, um, Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we just have to be precautioned. We need those same precautions. Treat everyone as if they have the virus. Um,
Absolutely.
Danielle Kenyon says, and people are passing around this disease intentionally in public areas. Just got to be safe. People are the problem. Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, the biggest problem in this is people not caring. Go ahead, AJ.
Now, I wanted to ask you a question. Working in corrections, I know I see a lot of the medical, healthcare workers complaining that um, they're not given the tools to protect themselves. I wanted to know, is that the case in corrections, not just yours, but corrections, period?
Well, I mean, it's a struggle. It was a struggle to get face masks. You know, not just I'm talking correction. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was a struggle to get face masks. It's a continued struggle to to it's a continued struggle to make sure that we have enough equipment and making sure. But a lot of it is the officer's responsibility because the officer comes in with it. So he has to make sure he's following precautions when he's not at work, not just when he's working,
Right, right.
but he's not at work. But I said, but it's also um the management and responsibility to know what they're dealing with. Same way Dr. Fauci says, we won't know what we're dealing with until we do enough tests, until we increase, our tests. It's been my opinion all along, and I respect, my commissioner, it's been my opinion all along that the whole the, the whole department, should be tested. You know,
Yo,
you know.
as far as those numbers, I've been saying as far as the numbers, yo, since people are not being tested, whatever the numbers they're giving you, you can almost multiply them by 10. Because, especially in a densely populated area like Mount Vernon, like you got buildings and everybody's in the building, and you know what I mean? And it's like,
Mhm.
I went to the store to get something and I seen people congregating outside the store. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are just not, the people are not, there's a lot of people staying inside, but there's a lot of people outside that just don't need to be outside, just hanging out. No mask, no gloves, just hanging out, sitting around, smoking weed, passing it around to the next one. I'm like, yo, you got to be kidding me.
Lorraine asked a question. Good morning, Damon. Have you seen my brother around? We haven't able to see. Hold on. Tasha's having problems. Tell her to log out and log back in. Um, let me try to. Let me see if I could bring her in. See if I could bring her in. No, she has to log out, and log back in. Um, yeah. So Lorraine, I saw your brother this morning. So he's at work. He's at work, and I saw your brother this morning, Lorraine. He looks fine to me. So yeah, he's probably working hours, man. I mean, because there's a lot of officers that are out, and I'm going back to work today at 3:00. Where she's at? I don't know why she's not coming in. I still can't see you.
Yeah, I agree though. When we talk about the first responders, when we talk about the healthcare workers, and we talk about all those to pray for and keep in your thoughts, corrections does often get overlooked. People don't mention corrections.
Um,
in that
Yeah.
conversation. So, and y'all are inside, locked up with them, like y'all are inside in an enclosed place with them.
Yeah. Sometime. Yeah, she's having a problem. I just told her to try her cell phone, see if she could get in. Yeah, I mean, look, we're locked up in there, man. I'm gonna be in there for 16 hours today. Lisa Mitchell said, I asked the young lady why she wasn't taking any precautionary measures, and her answer was, "I'm not a germaphobe like that." Yeah, some people are still ignorant, Lisa, to the fact on how how we are getting infected, and they're noticing more. If you watch Dr. Fauci and what's the brother's name on CNN, which is he's doing a great job. Doctor I think he's Indian. I can't think of his name right now, but they're doing a great job keeping people informed on the data and moving forward with the data. And when you hear and when you hear ignorance like that, those are the type of people that put the public in
At
jeopardy.
risk. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, because this is crazy. I mean, we have to we have to be safe. I have to be extra cautious, man. As I was saying on the Bob Marone show, my mother-in-law suffers from COPD. Like, we can't go near her. We have to drop off stuff at the door, because we do not. And she wants to talk because she's locked up in the house, she's locked up in the house and she's not able to go outside because she's high risk,
Right.
because, she gets it, man. It's going to be a rough one, and so we have to, yes, Sanjay, Sanjay Nupa.
Yeah, I know. I can't
Well,
pronounce his name, but I know who you're talking about.
yeah. But he's been doing. Let me tell you, man. Let me see. She's still not coming in.
And I just want to give a shout out to Dr. Rabati in Yonkers. Tasha and
Oh,
Lorraine got him on our show to educate the people
oh
on
man,
our
I don't
show.
know.
And then I've seen he did something with Yonkers Voice, and he's been instrumental in helping, um, you know, just get the information out there locally. So wanted to give him a shout out.
She's still not coming through. I don't know. It says. Oh man. All right, we just gonna try one more time, and she's gonna have to just call my phone. We have to do about that.
I was looking at somebody else's live, and they couldn't bring the person in, and they had to do that. They had to have the person talk and have them on speakerphone. It was crazy. I mean, this whole new thing. Everybody's trying to get used to this. The new technology. We have to change the way we do things. You
Absolutely.
know, um, it's you got to find different ways. To just stay relevant, keep getting the information out there. So it's a challenge. Like Sunday, I ran the program for the first time, and there was a couple of hiccups, but I mean, overall, we mulled through it though. I just asked the young. Oh, that's the same one. That's the same comment. Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Shout
gonna
out to
try.
shout out to
She's gonna.
everybody tuned in. Brenda Crump, Lorraine Lopez, Lisa Mitchell. I saw good morning from Nesta. And a good morning from somebody else.
Yeah, Sanjay Gupta. There you go.
There you go.
Medical.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for that name, because we she's trying hard. She really wants to come on with you guys. Yeah, Lorraine, I know. I mean, I don't know what's going on. If not, she's just gonna have to call in, and just call my phone, and we could just put her up to the speaker. And we got to figure out what's going on. Oh, too close. What's that feedback?
So you got some feedback?
Yeah, I was hearing feedback.
Stephanie Swan said, "Blessing, brothers. Blessing, Stephanie."
Yeah.
D. Davidson said, "Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, D. Davidson."
One. Oh, there's feedback going on.
Yeah, this is a morning edition of Black Westchester. People Before Politics Radio Live. Huh?
You don't have none of your phones on, do you?
Nah, I'm good.
I
Yeah.
hear some feedback. Oh, all right. Yeah. Hey, good morning, D. How you doing? Hey, Stephanie, what's happening? We're trying to wait for Tasha. If not, she's just gonna have to call in. Yeah, she's gonna have to just call in. If not, so let's see what happens.
And I want to thank everybody for rocking with us as we navigate through these uncharted waters and through the different new technology and find different ways to rock with you to get to y'all rocking with us, man. And that means a lot. We greatly appreciate y'all.
Oh man, I don't know what it is. It's not coming through. Trying to bring her in.
You see her?
No, it's a blank. It's blank.
Maybe her video's not on.
Oh, hey, hold on.
Maybe she don't have her video on.
Exactly.
That's what it was with Bob. Bob didn't have his video on. You gotta turn the camera on.
Yeah.
Hello.
Tasha, check. Make sure your camera's connected.
It's telling me that I'm live, but then it's telling me that, I can't see. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm on the screen by myself. I don't know what happened to Damon. I guess I'm on the screen by myself. I hope y'all can still hear me. If y'all can hear me, let me know. Stephanie Swan said, yeah, I know about that too. Feeding Westchester will be distributing food at the parking lot on 5th Avenue and 2nd Street, the parking lot across the street from Grace Baptist Church in Mount Vernon today between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. So for those who, need to get some food and restock up on some stuff, go by there between 3 and 5. I probably try to get there a little early. And also I don't know how they're gonna be doing it, but make sure you still practice your safe distancing, um, wearing your gloves and wearing your mask. Um, I know when I get stuff like that, you want to be careful. The packaging that stuff is coming, and you might want to wipe some of that stuff down before you put it in your refrigerator. You don't know who's touched it. The pat who handled it before you, so you just want to just wipe down the packaging. Um, I mean, last time I think I got some stuff, I even sprayed my bag down with Lysol at me, on the outside of it, just so I wasn't bringing nothing in the house. I mean, it's so crazy right now. You don't know what's going on. You don't know, you got to take every precaution. So, just do everything you can do to protect yourself. You got to take these extra steps these days. I know it could be, it's a little extra right now, but it's better to err on the side of caution. So, again, Feeding Westchester will be distributing food today at the parking lot across the street from Grace Baptist Church in Mount Vernon. That's on Fifth Avenue and Second Street, between Fifth and Sixth Avenues. Um, that'll be today between 3 and 5 p.m. I'm probably gonna go down there too and see what kind of stuff they got, and maybe snatch up a few things for the house. Um, how's everybody? Everybody's tuned in. How are y'all doing? I know some of y'all have been checking on us. Lisa, Lorraine, Stephanie, D. Davison, Justin Brash. How are you and your families? How are y'all doing? Y'all staying safe? And how are y'all doing? Let us know. Try to check on as many people as I can. The other thing, remember, check on your seniors. If you got seniors in your building, on your block, check on them to make sure they have what they need. If you go places like Feeding Westchester, grab a bag up for a senior in your area and drop it off at their house. So a lot of them, might have respiratory issues and stuff and they can't come out. So, check on your seniors, make sure that they're good. That's very important. I don't know where, I guess Damon is working out everything behind the scenes and he just left me on while he works that out with Tasha. This is we're doing these online shows now. So everybody's stuck in the house. I'm trying to come to y'all and disseminate information and all that good stuff. We're gonna still do the shows live on Sundays 6 to 8. Probably through this format because the studio is closed. We're still gonna try to update blackwestchester.com as often as possible. Anytime there's something to report, to keep y'all in the know. Again, thank you for all of y'all that's been rocking with us through all of these changes as we all navigate through this uncharted waters right now. Shout out to Brenda Crump. I think that's all the shout outs. I'm still waiting to see what's going on behind the scenes. I'm just kind of talking just to kill some time until Damon and Tasha work that out. We wanted to do the show today to spotlight Yonkers Councilwoman Tasha Diaz. She what we were saying in the beginning, there's a lot of times elected officials on candidates who will be running for office. They show you all these good things. They take all of these photo ops of them doing stuff. They go around and then, you vote for them because of it. And then you see nothing from them the entire time they're in office until it's time for them to run for office again. But then there's people like Tasha, who, before she was even considering running for office, she was doing this kind of stuff on a regular anyway, the feeding the seniors, providing food for the people, and doing a lot of stuff in the community without a position. And now that she has the position, she is just it just gave her a bigger forum to do it more. So we definitely wanted to highlight her today and spotlight her as the unsung hero she is. Um, and she just continues to fight for the people and provide them with the services they need, even when stuff is not in her district. I went out to Yonkers. There was a fire, and it was actually in Councilwoman Shanae Williams' district, and she came there with her resources to support her sister in the council in her district. She wasn't like, "That's not my district." It was a need for people in Yonkers, so she came through. Excuse me. So today we're trying to set this interview up. Damon and her working behind the scenes to try to get her on because for some reason she wasn't coming on the screen. Lorraine said also check on the unemployed with children unemployed. It's not kicking in fast enough. Um, Fast as it should be. The children are hungry. I fed several families this week. Normally wouldn't ask for help. Um, yes, we got to definitely do that. And Brenda said head west. Westchester, Heard Westchester County Executive is going to stop sharing confirmed coronavirus numbers because the numbers aren't real time numbers. Um, I believe that. I think the confirmed coronavirus numbers, as well as the deaths related numbers, because some people need the shock value to see the seriousness and conform to the orders issued by local and state government. Info must continue to be delivered in different ways to meet the needs of the various learning styles of the people. Also, I think the leaders should give all info and just explain that the confirmed cases and deaths are not real time numbers. I agree with you, Brenda, and I'm supposed to be having some kind of teleconference. What's up, Damon? Supposed to be having some kind of teleconference a little bit later. Me and Bob and a couple of people about tracking the numbers. Somebody sent me a link. I didn't get a chance to look at it. If it's righteous, we will be starting to share some of the numbers as well. Stephanie Swan said a lot of praying and blessed to be receiving Meals on Wheels. Thank you, AJ and David, for being my connection to factual information. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you for that.
Yeah, so Tasha trying to work it out. We're gonna, if not, I'm gonna give her about 5-10 minutes. And if not, because the issue is she needs to get the confirmation. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what?
There she go.
There she go.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
Good
Councilwoman.
morning.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
I'm glad to see you. I'm glad that you finally made it.
Yes, like I was telling you, my husband is my second authorization code. Because,
Oh,
as an elected official, when you have multiple pages that go through multiple people, when you log in from a different device to know that
Right.
it's you, they
you
send
need
you
the
another
two-step
code.
authorization.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
it's not
Yeah.
through your phone because they have to make sure it's somebody you're close to or that's you. So I set my spouse up of 23 years to be my
Mhm.
authorization code, and he is not the most tech savvy person.
Well, I'm glad that you're here.
So,
We worked it out.
yes,
All got worked out.
yes. And
It
he
all
is
Yeah.
got.
at work. So between me calling and trying to get on and him trying to find out where the code was and trying to tell me what number it was a whole big mix up. But you know what? Alex, I love you. You did it. You did it.
Thank you, Alex. God bless you, man. God bless
No
you.
doubt.
Look, the things that we do for our wives,
Yes.
out of love, man. That's what that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. So Tasha, man, I see you doing some great things out in Yonkers. When it comes to dealing with this coronavirus. Um, let people know, like, what is the condition out in Yonkers? How are the people coping, and are they getting tested? Because there's also an issue in Black and Brown communities. A lot of the Black Doctors Associations. Recently, a couple of senators, United States senators, are saying that they want the numbers. They want to because we are not seeing the numbers on how it's affecting Black and Brown communities. And I was on a conference call with a councilman out in New York City, and they were saying, the Latino communities, the day worker communities, they're getting hit really, really, really hard. What do you see in Yonkers?
Well, we asked for a breakdown. We did not receive a breakdown. We were told that they don't have a breakdown, but because we wanted to see where the clusters were. As you're stating, we wanted to know where the clusters were, so we know where they are. So those are the areas we can concentrate on and educate on what to do, because they are in a cluster, in clusters. I mean, where I live at, thank God it has subsided, because I was seeing people hanging out. I was seeing people sharing cigarettes. I'm like, they're not taking this seriously. Young
Right.
people at that.
Right.
And
Right.
my fear, what I got scared about is a lot of these young people live with a grandparent, live with a older aunt, live with people that are up in age. So when they're out and they're doing these things and they go back home, they could potentially carry these bacterias back. Not
Exactly.
only that, if they don't have the cleaning supplies to keep the house clean, that's another thing. That is like death knocking at their door.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
before it even got this bad, myself, Jose Alvarado, the mayor, donated. We made sure we got cleaning supplies out to the most vulnerable.
Okay, great, 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 great. That's good. Now, I also see that you got some skills here. Like I was showing people you
I,
you you got some skills here.
thank you.
You got look you doing your thing. You got some skills here, and you've been making face masks. Tell
Yes.
tell us about tell us about that, because that's a beautiful thing. And what made you start doing that?
Well, what made me start doing it is I have a cousin, Candace Weaver. She's a
Mhm.
doctor in California.
Mhm.
And she's also an author. She wrote a book, Nia's Puzzle.
Okay.
And she entered me into a sewing group called Sewing to Save on
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay.
And she let me know, like, it's a lot. It's a lot going on, that they need masks, they need things like that. And
Mhm.
and being that the way my grandmother brought us up, it was always to give back to the community. So I said, I mean, I'm not rich, I'm not a millionaire. What could I do to give back to my community?
Mhm.
So I'm not a seamstress. My mom is a seamstress, but I knew the basics. My grandmother
Right.
taught me the basics. So I
Right.
knew how to cut a pattern. I made that pattern actually myself.
Really.
Yeah, I did. So it was like she taught us how to make patterns, how to make different things out of nothing. So I
Mhm.
knew, okay, I can do this, I can do that. So I sat down and I cut some out. I even made some for kids. Um, and I said, you know what, I want to give back. Dr. Rabadi is my doctor. He's been there with me through all of this.
Mhm.
He's actually my whole family's doctor.
Mhm.
So to do is to save, to try to save him, because I know what he goes through when he goes home and things. So let me donate to the hospital. Let me donate to the doctors, the
Right.
people that are on the front line that
Right.
actually need this. Because a lot of people, I mean, they said evil things on Yonkers Tribune and said, Diaz is doing it for show. Diaz is doing it for photo ops. It first started off as Diaz is not doing anything. Then someone corrected them and said she is. Have you not seen what she's doing? Then it went into, she's doing it for photo ops. But anybody that knew me before this was always me. This was
Absolutely.
me. I'm not
Absolutely.
being anything that I wasn't born to be. Like my
Exactly.
grandmother, like these little things that she made us do growing up, like it's bringing a tear to my eye because it's like the things that she had us doing, we took for granted. Like it's not that I took it for granted. It's just like I was like, why is she making me get up on a Saturday and go out food shopping? And why is she teaching me how to cook? And why is she teaching me how to sew? And why is she?
That's
And
right.
now I know why.
That's right.
She actually set me up for the future that I never thought that I would be in this right now. I've
That's right.
heard a lot of the stories of what she went through on going on certain lines to get certain things. Because a lot of things that people don't know, my grandmother is of Caucasian descent. And,
Okay.
her and her father got on certain lines to get certain things back then. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they went through the whole thing with the whole bed bug epidemic. They
Mm-hmm.
went through the whole thing of, that flu that was out killing everybody. They
Right.
went through all of that. So
Right.
these are stories that she told me. And
Mm.
me listening is what set me up for this, to be able to actually not handle, but, kind of get a grip of this. Because a lot of people are scared. I'm scared too. People say
That's
to me,
right.
you're out there every day. I know, but this is what they elected me to do. They,
That's right.
they, they elected me to lead. And like
That's right.
Cuomo said, you have to be a leader. This is not the time to back down. So any little thing I'm able to do, and those masks was something that I was able to do, I brought it to the forefront.
That's right.
Myself and my mom.
Now I see you here. I'm just posting another picture. You here doing doing a lot of other big things. Right here. You loading up cars. You got boxes and loading up cars. Tell us what's going on here that you were doing for the people.
Well, the lovely Lauren Cater and
Mm,
WJCS invited me to come out and actually help them distribute in the community. Because, like I said, a lot of people they don't want to go out. People are thinking about themselves. So I said, you know what? My friend Nikisha Osborne, she's always
mm-hmm.
with me when I'm distributing, will come out and will help. So
Great.
myself, Lauren Cater, Mike Cater, Top Class Limo, and Wilhelmina, we went over and we got the boxes and we delivered. And Wilhelmina and Lauren Cater were actually in Mount Vernon.
Mm.
So we were all over that day. They were in Mount Vernon, they were in White Plains, we were in Yonkers, and we didn't post every place we went. We just posted
Exactly.
up what we picked up. And that was
Exactly.
a whole pallet we picked up, and someone from DPW came out and helped us pick up as well. So it's a lot of people that are out there that are helping us. So I
Good.
mean, this is what it's about, giving back to the community, showing that I think God is testing everyone to see where your heart actually is, and if you're going to give back or are you going to be selfish. I have a family of my own, and I've always put the community first because I know that I can navigate to get what I need to get for my family. But I
That's
know
right.
there's people out there that can't. They can't stand
Right.
on the line. They can't get up. They don't have a husband. They're single moms. They're single dads. Thank God I have my kids that are young. I have my husband. We could get on the line. We could stand. People, they don't have that luxury of doing that. So if I
Right.
can ease the burden in any way, a box of food. I met a female on Locust. I
Mm.
delivered to her first time. I've been on Lamartine. I've been everywhere. And these are the things that I'm not posting, but I've been there.
Good.
One
No.
one of the,
Go ahead, AJ. Go ahead.
one of the things we said when we first signed on before you got on, hey Tasha, is a lot of elected officials. You see them do these photo ops when they're trying to run for office or run for re-election, but you don't see them the whole time they're in office. And then when you do, it's just for a photo op. And the beautiful thing about you is this is what you was doing way before you even considered running for office. Like this is really you and who you are, not because you're a councilwoman now. Like you were doing the work without the position, and the position just gave you a bigger forum to do more. And for that, I salute you and applaud you.
Thank you.
And it was definitely necessary for us to spotlight you, because I mean, even when we first did the first article on you, we said, we try to salute the unsung heroes. You were one of those unsung heroes. Now people know your name because you're a councilwoman, but you've been doing the work for years. This is not new. This ain't just something just to look good just because there's a coronavirus, whether
Hmm.
there's a virus or not. You've been feeding the people for years, and that's, so we wanted to give you your props.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I remember the first call I got from Tasha. I'm not going to get deep into it, but I
Oh,
told
you
her,
can.
keep
Because it
fighting.
was
She was like,
true.
yo, they hating. They hating. I was like, hey, listen, join the club, girl. They're going to hate. They're going to hate on you. Just keep fighting. Keep being true to yourself and get out there and do for the people. And look where you are now.
Thank
You
you. And
know,
they tried to change me. That's the
Ex-
thing. They tried to change me because they said that me being different is not what the people wanted. But
ex-
I am what the people wanted. They wanted different. They spoke in volumes to
that's
who
right.
they wanted to represent them. And
Exactly.
those people that tried to put me down, they know who they are. I know who you are. God knows who you are.
That's right.
So you didn't take me down. You tried,
Exactly.
but you did not
Exactly.
succeed. The people
Exactly.
got what they wanted.
Exactly. Exactly. And you really did it. And you really did it. And there was some bumps in the road, and there was some wake up calls.
Hmm.
Because I remember we was in that room with one person, and when I said what I said, the look on your face, you was like,
Hmm.
what?
Hmm.
There was some
I
wake up
mean,
calls with some people, but you know what? That's part of it. And you're still doing what you were doing when you was an elected official, and you're doing more than a lot of elected officials that have been in office for a couple of terms.
mhm.
And I want to tell you to keep on doing it, and
Thank
keep
you.
being yourself,
You got
and
a comment from the Brenda L. Crump said, "Hi Tasha,
Hello.
continue to do what you do because people are gonna talk if you don't. People are gonna talk if you do. So just
Mhm.
keep doing."
Of course.
exactly,
I'm gonna be
exactly,
me regardless. When God made me, He was just showing off. So I know those are the words of Remy Ma. So I know that I always have to be ahead of the game. Because if not, they're gonna come after me. I know that already. They tried to come after me just because I'm from the south side of Yonkers, which was very discriminatory because you are supposed to live in the district you represent. So how
exactly,
dare you try to tear me down because of where I come from? And what
exactly,
they failed to realize is, yes, I was born and raised in the South Side of Yonkers. I will always be in the South Side of Yonkers, but I did not become a product of my environment.
exactly,
No, by any way, shape, or form, did I think that I was better than anybody that was around me. I just did not input myself in that kind of lifestyle. I was a
exactly.
mom at the age of 18. 4 days later, I turned 19. I raised my daughter, my son, numerous of foster children. Right now, through this whole pandemic, my cousin is a essential worker. She works in the healthcare field. So I am right now, not only am I being the council person for the District 3, I am also homeschooling a 6-year-old. So
Wow.
yes, on top of making masks, on top of still going out shopping for my family, on top of cooking, on top of still delivering through the community, these are the things that I'm still doing.
Wow. And
Nah,
keep
keep
doing
doing what you're doing, man.
it, and keep doing it, and keep doing it, because that's what it's all about. And and Montika said, Tasha is the truth.
Thank you.
Heart.
Oh, no doubt.
Thank you. And yes,
No doubt.
and Damon and AJ, I just want to say, and Lorraine and Dr. Bob, I just want to say thank you because you all gave me a platform to continue to do what I do. When the first letdown happened to me, I didn't give up. You know, you gave me a spot to co-host. You know, you gave me numerous articles in the newspaper. You know, when I had fundraisers and things, you guys were always there because they said she's not going to win. She has no money. She's not going to win. It's never been a woman of color. She's not going to win. Everybody said all of those things, and I overcame all of that because
That's
I
right.
had people like you guys behind me, and I really appreciate that. I do.
No,
No doubt.
yeah,
No doubt. The
no,
thing about
yeah,
being a part, the thing about being from the South Side, yo, you not, you people know you, and they know that you're authentic, and they see you because you're from there, and and you're some places that some of them elected officials scared to walk it.
No.
They scared to go. You know what I'm saying? And you from the area, so you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying. The people receive you. You know what
And
I'm saying.
people
So
wouldn't
yeah,
step foot on Lawrence and Saratoga. And I go through there, and yes, it's a lot of gangs that, you know, gang violence and gangs. But when I go through there, they respect me.
that's
They
right.
respect me. When I go through Bruce, when I go through Lawrence, when I go through Saratoga, though they respect me. Cause
That's right.
they know that I'm the real deal. I'm gonna tell you like it is, whether you like it or not. And I tell them all the
There you go.
time, look, you choose to stand on this corner. You choose to do this. But if you ever feel like you want to do better, come and see me. Come and
That's
see
right.
me.
mm.
That's right. That's right.
You
So
got another. You got another comment. Sonia Murray said, "God bless you and keep it going, Tasha." And
Thank
then
you.
she put a bunch of hearts and crowns
Thank
yeah,
you. I
on
met
there.
someone online from Mount Vernon. She's actually gonna come this weekend. I made her some masks. She works in the
beautiful.
food industry.
Uh-huh.
Last name is Tucker. She works in the food industry, and she reached out to me. And she told me about the conditions that she was working in the school
Mm.
system. So she asked me if I would donate some masks to her, and I said sure. So she'll
There
be
you
coming this
go.
weekend to meet me.
And
There
see,
you go.
that's what I said too. Like I said, even when they had a fire in Shanae's district, you didn't say, "Yo, that's not my district." You went and helped your sister in the council,
Yes,
and I personally know that you've looked out for people in Mount Vernon too. So
yes,
it's like it's not even like, oh, they not Yonkers.
mm,
You know, you've come through Mount Vernon several times and looked out, and also shout out when we were first getting the paper out and trying to get it to all the places, you were the distributor for all
Exactly.
of Yonkers. Like if most people might not have seen the paper if it wasn't for you in Yonkers, because you was coming to pick them up or meeting us, and you was hitting all the churches and the buildings and all that. So you helped give us somewhat of a presence in Yonkers beyond like
Yeah.
Riverfront Library and Nipperhan, which is the two places we were hitting. You know what I'm saying? So we
Yes.
appreciate that.
thank you. Well,
Yes.
I was like a thief in the night. I would do it at nighttime. So yes, I would do it on a late night. So when they would wake up in the morning and go to church, it would be right there on the doorstep.
That's
And I
what's
and I
up.
remember knocking on doors. I was one being Cortland, and this lady said to me, "You look familiar from the Black Westchester newspaper." And I said, "Really?" She said, "Yeah, it comes to my church on Waverly Street. We just don't know who's bringing the newspaper." And I just looked at her and I just started laughing so hard. She said, "I don't know. My pastor keeps saying this paper appears every Sunday morning, and we don't know how it's getting it." And it was me all along. I never told her. And my husband looked at me like, "You're not gonna tell her?" And I'm looking at him like, and it was scorching hot that day. I'll never forget. It was about 95 degrees. And she
Oh,
said
that's good.
we walked the whole Saratoga and we came around to be in Cortland. And when she said that, and I just looked at her and chuckled like if she only knew it was me.
Wow. Wow.
My
Wow.
my Tika said Tasha supported us from day one, bringing her
Yes.
family to our cupcake events. And Stephanie Swan said, "I love it." Yeah.
Yep. 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 Now, Tasha, if anybody that's listening, because we're gonna, once we're gonna take this and edit just
Put it
your
on Black Westchester.
and put
Yeah.
it on Black Westchester. If anybody wants to donate,
Mm.
right? If they want to donate anything for you and do, where can they how can they contact you?
Oh, they can reach me at Tasha.Diaz at YonkersNY.gov.
Oh, wait a minute. I got it right here. Yeah, keep going. That's it.
They can call my office, which is 914-377-6313.
Okay, great,
And
great.
I also have, I know I have my legislative aides information as well, because we like to stay on top of things. So if that line is busy, I like it to be another way that they could contact people. Believe it or not, I'm taking calls from different districts. They're calling and saying, and I'm not saying it's not my district. Look, if we can help you, this is what we'll do.
Right, right, right.
So
That's
they can
Tasha's
also
email
contact.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
On the bottom, I put it on the bottom of the screen. So that's that's Tasha's email for people that if you live in Yonkers, you need help, you need some assistance, and you need to know, get an update what's going on with the coronavirus. That's her email. If you want to if you want to donate, that's that's the information right there. And of course, my wife always quick. Yes, I would like to donate.
Oh, thank you. Thank
she don't
you.
she
Yo,
don't play. You know.
y- yo, I want to ask a quick question. Since we have you on and we try to dispense as much information as possible, I know when I was News 12 interviewed me like last week, and before I was on, they were talking about some triage tents in Yonkers that were doing testing. So, how is the testing being done? How's that going in Yonkers? Are people able to get the test, or if they don't know if they want to be tested, where do they go?
Well, they set up a testing site at St. Joseph's, right up the hill from me, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're trying to see if we can get another testing site. That's what we're working on now. Myself and my
Mm-hmm.
colleagues, meaning Mike Hader, Shanae.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she froze.
Yeah, she froze for a minute. Um, Lisa Mitchell said I was away for a minute. Please post that information for me so I can get the word out about the donations. Lisa Mitchell, her email address is at the bottom of the screen.
I'm
So
gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna put it in the room. I just
you,
texted her, let her know that she froze.
right. Um, and shout out to Denise Hayes. She said good morning. Um, for everybody that's tuned in, this is our online edition of Black Westchester and People Before Politics. We're just navigating through the new normal, the uncharted waters, to try to continue to get y'all the information as best we can in any format that we can. Yeah, David just shared the email address, Lisa, for
Oh, where'd
Tasha.
you go?
That's the email
Oh
address.
shit. Come back.
That's her email address. Yeah, that's Lisa. That's her email address. You can email her there, and she'll get back to you. And if for any reason you have a hard time getting in touch with her or something, let me know, and I'll make sure that I get the two of y'all together. So, um,
She did come
yeah,
back. Oh shit.
but
Where you at,
you know
Tasha?
this. Yeah, this is
Oh wait.
you know,
So
while
there's
you getting overburdened with the politicians talking about corona
I'm
and
there she
back.
go.
all that other
Yeah.
stuff.
All right, she's
We
back.
wanted to take this time to highlight some unsung heroes that's out there doing the job, man. Not just talking on TV and just having press conference. I mean, live videos or just taking photo ops just to look like they're doing something, but someone who's actually out there doing the damn thing, So, and Lorraine just posted the number for you to call. So Damon posted the email address. Lorraine posted the number. So.
Right.
That's how you get in touch with Tasha. So you were talking about you and your colleagues when you froze. You and your colleagues trying to get some more testing sites, and you said that's you, Mike Hader, and I think you froze right there. So
Yeah, Shanae. Mike Hader, myself, and Shanae, we were working on trying to see if we can get another testing site. As you know, the numbers are rapidly growing in Yonkers. And from when we get the numbers, from what we're told, those numbers are not current. So,
Mm-hmm.
say
Right.
for say, if we get them on a Wednesday, those could be Tuesday numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
we're always behind. Like the other day, we were
Mm,
at 834. We opened up yesterday. We were at 934. That's almost 1,000. That's almost 100 increase in 24 hours. Something is not right. Something
Right.
is
right.
behind.
Right.
So, and where are the clusters usually? In the areas where the density is. Where's the
Absolutely.
density? On the south side, because we
Absolutely.
have the buildings. My building has 64 units.
Absolutely.
We have 7383 with 120 plus units. We have 100 Harriet with 120 plus units. So we're in the works of doing different things to mandate that, cleaning be done in the buildings
Mm-hmm.
daily, if not at least twice a day. I spoke to my building about hand sanitizers being stationed in the building, at least one. I know they're hard to get right now, but at least one when available, even after all of this is all over, so we
Right.
can continue.
Mm-hmm.
So at least coming in and exiting the building, people can be a little bit cleanly when you're pressing the buttons and opening up the stairwells and things. If there's hand sanitizer available, once we get rid of this, we can keep it at an all-time low.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we've been trying to see exactly where the clusters are. They're not releasing that to us. They are
Wow.
not giving us a breakdown. They're not giving
Wow.
us addresses. They're not giving us anything. The only ones that have that right now are the first responders, because they need to know, if they're going in, I guess, into an area or into a
Right.
building so they know. But
Right.
they're not releasing it to us, and we're not even asking for names or addresses. We want to know, like New Rochelle, where are the hot spots?
Right.
So we can
Exactly.
kind of target the hot spots. We're not even getting that.
Really.
No,
Wow.
we're not even getting a hot spot. So I can't even tell you. I mean, from my feeling, I know that it's on the south side of Yonkers heavy, because this is where the buildings are.
Right. Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
they're not giving us a breakdown. They're not saying, oh, it's high on Highland or it's high on Riverdale. Look at Riverdale. You know how many buildings are on Riverdale?
hmm And no
Exactly.
park.
That's like,
And no parking.
I know, that's like 200 plus apartments more.
Exactly.
So, like Shanae and I was saying, and Mike Cater being citywide, Shanae being in the first district, me being in the third district, we know where it is. You
Right.
don't have to tell us. We know
Right.
where it is. We just want a little bit of reassurance that, okay, we know that it's here. How can we help it here? Like, I know they did the power washing of the bus stops
Mm-hmm.
and the train station. Okay, can we get a power wash in the parks?
Mm-hmm.
Can we power wash the old equipment down? Because we know it's old. The old equipment down. Can we get a power wash over there? You're telling the kids to stay out of the park. Yes, they're staying out of the park. Can you come through and power wash? While
Right.
everyone is inside, this is when we need to be taking the initiative to do the
Absolutely.
proper cleaning while people are inside. Um,
Absolutely.
what's disturbing me the most is, I hate when they say we haven't found it here. We haven't. Why are you not being proactive? You're supposed to beat it. This is death knocking at a door. Beat it
That's right.
before it gets there. Sanitize a
Exactly.
building before it even makes it into the building.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
Exactly.
if it does come, you lower the chances of it spreading or even getting, contamination into the building. They're not doing that. They're waiting to see, oh, we didn't, it's not here. It's not here. No, why are you waiting for it to come? This is what I'm not
Are they cleaning the
understanding.
schools while schools are closed? Are they cleaning the schools?
Yes, they're supposed to be cleaning the schools while the schools are closed. That was one of the issues that we had from a couple of the maintenance men and things like that. They're scared. And I understand, because we don't. One day they're telling you wear a mask only if you feel like, you've been around someone and you don't want to spread it. Now they're saying, you should be wearing a mask when you're going out, because people talking and breathing and spitting. And I mean, every day is something new. The best thing I've been doing, like Dr. Rabati told me, is stay with your vitamin C. So every morning that I get up, I take a glass of orange juice, and what I do is I take the Airborne. I diluted in a little bit of hot water, and I poured the airborne straight into my orange juice. So I'm boosting up my immune system, and I'm taking the orange juice every day. That's
Eat
one
your
of the
fruits
things
and
that I'm doing.
that's why I
And
keep telling people, eat your fruits and your vegetables.
Yes, yes. And
it,
they called me and said that they're gonna be they want me to go with them to distribute some fruits and vegetables. So I
good,
hope they get back to me. Um,
good.
because I really want to do that, because we know that fruits and vegetables is what we need to survive through this. A and B, we know that most people of color, they don't go for that. They go for the junk food. No, they go for the junk
Exactly.
food.
No,
They
you
go
keep
for the
it
quick
100.
food. They need to know that they need to eat healthy, because this is
Exactly.
serious. They need to know
Exactly.
that
And
they need to
sometimes
eat
it's not.
healthy.
And sometimes it's not available. Like if you go to any
Exactly.
bodega, there's nothing but junk food and stuff that's
Hmm.
not good for you. You don't readily find a lot of fruits. I mean, the one around the corner for me, they starting to carry like bananas and oranges a little
Hmm.
bit, but still, it's not the same thing. Like there's a bunch of bodegas within walking distance, and there's very little anything healthy in.
That's why we have to live outside the box. We have to live outside the box. That goes back to me saying I didn't become a product of my environment, because I see people say I don't like vegetables. What do you mean you don't like vegetables? There's different. There's so many different ways that you could do vegetables. For I mean, come on. But that was one of the things my grandmother made us eat. You're not. She always said you need to have a meat, a starch, and a vegetable. And she would tell us you're not going to fill up on meat, and you're not going to fill up on that starch. You're going to eat some of them vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That was one thing she didn't play. And if
And
we
you
didn't
can
eat it, we
juice
didn't
and
get
you
to
can
leave the
make
table.
smoothies.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh
So
well,
you can juice and you can make smoothies. I'm gonna have a smoothie as soon as we get off of here.
it's so am I,
Hmm. I
and
know I'm going to have my strawberry banana one.
there you go, there you go,
Hmm.
there you go. Hector Santiago, he asked a political question.
I
He
wasn't
said,
gonna read that, but okay.
"Hey, I'm going to read what's up there, man. It is what it is. Can we count on Tasha's endorsement for Mimi Roca?"
Can you count on Tasha? Can he count on? Is he her campaign manager?
I
No,
haven't.
he's working with her in
I haven't.
Yonkers.
That I
I
don't know.
don't. He's
I'm
not the
just
campaign. He's not
I'm
the
just
campaign manager, but he's
Okay.
working, maybe doing some social media promotions and stuff for her in Yonkers or something.
Mimi Roca has my number. We've been talking. She know what we have in the works.
okay.
Okay.
That's it.
That's the
Uh,
answer to the question.
Steven Simpson says, "Hi everyone, a bit late, but I agree. Eat those veggies."
Yes. I was on the phone with Steve Simpson yesterday. He's such a sweetheart.
Great, great, great.
Hector said he's the Yonkers organizer, and also
Oh,
shout to Charles Stern from Red Blue Talk. Charles Stern and us, we're also going to do a joint live together, combine our audience and get some information now. But Tosh, like I said, keep doing what you're doing. Oh, we was talking about cleaning. Are they doing anything? I know you said they need to clean the buildings. Is any of that going on? Because that's very important. The hallways, the elevators, the way you gotta hit the button, the front doors, and all of that. Everybody got to touch. Are they doing any cleaning in the buildings?
well, of course, in my building they are. And then I go behind my super at night and I clean. Yes, I do. My security guard thinks I'm nuts, because I go down there and I clean his desk, I clean his chair, I go in the night and I clean the laundry mat, the community room knobs. I spray all of that with disinfectant. So in my building, we're active. We're working together. This is
Good.
what they need to do in certain buildings. They need to work together.
Exactly.
Hmm.
We were getting a couple of complaints that buildings were not being cleaned. So this
Hmm.
is another thing that myself, Mike Cater, and Shanae are working on to try to get something out there to building owners about making sure that they have a clean building. They have to
Yeah.
promote cleanliness.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, you before we go, you're in the process of writing the governor a letter
Yes,
in your concerns um, on first responders and essential services,
yes.
making sure that if families fall victim, that they are getting the proper benefits that deserve to them while working. You want to talk about that?
Of course. Because
Yeah.
you thank you for your service. You're an essential worker. Thank you for your service. Yes, I would love to speak on that.
Yeah.
I felt like this was something crucial that needed to be done. Like we said, this is rapidly spreading. Thank
Hmm.
you to our first responders and our essential workers that are putting their life on the line every day, to make sure that this is conquered. So I think it's only right that if you have to put yourself on, it's not a choice for you. You
Right.
can't choose to stay home. So I don't think it should be a choice whether if you contract COVID-19 during your work, why you and your family should not be compensated with the full line of death benefits
Hmm.
because you put yourself on the
That's right.
line. So
That's right.
now your family is behind. So we just found out there was a council person in Eastchester, they said, that passed away
Wow.
from COVID. I just seen in New Jersey there was a principal that passed away from COVID. We had pastors that are passing away from COVID. I mean, pastors don't get paid for what they do, but they're
Right.
somewhat of a first responder because when people want some kind of solidarity, who do they call? They call their pastor, their minister. These are the people that they rely on for some kind of comfort. So
Oh,
I feel as
shout
if
to the pastor. Shout to the Yonkers pastor that just passed away.
yes,
Yeah, that's what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
yes,
yeah,
and I believe he was the pastor at Simra's church.
Hmm.
So
yeah.
I think Reverend Norman had it too, and he was sick. I'm not sure. I knew he got tested. I never We never touched bases back. If it was positive or not. But I know Reverend Norman was sick. Was sick also. Praying for him too.
mhm. And these are
You know
people doing God's work.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
I just feel as if it's only right that the state give people that are first responders and essential workers, give them a full line of death benefits. It's
Hmm.
like they're in a war.
That's right.
It's like you're dying in a war. And
Sonia Murray said, "So true. Say that need to be compensated."
yes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I sent Damon a copy of the letter, so you heard it
Mhm.
here first. Damon has the hard copy with my seal, with my information, and also the co-sponsors, which are Mike Cater and Shanae. We also forwarded to Shelly Mayer, the
Good.
majority leader, Andrea Stewart Cousins, Gary
Good.
Pretlow, Nada Sage, and also Mike Spano will also get a copy, and the governor as well.
Good.
So these are
Good.
all
Excellent.
people we want to all jump on board and say, this is a no-brainer.
That's right.
This is a
And we can't
no-brainer.
take it, and we had this talk, Tasha, and I said we can't take it for granted.
No.
And I don't know if you might remember the story of Ricky Maxwell, who got hurt. He's a correction officer. He
Mhm.
got hurt. They retired him on 207C,
Mhm.
but there was a loophole that he lost his benefits.
See?
So we can't take it for granted
No.
to say, oh well, they're covered, and we're not paying actual attention to how the legislation is structured,
Mhm.
and then we find a loophole, and then nobody's covered. And let's get ahead of it. Like you said, these are the things we could get ahead of now.
Mhm.
You know, you got what, 3 cops I think in NYPD that passed away. Right now in Westchester, no God bless, no first responder
Mhm.
or essential worker that I know of today, has passed away. But let's get ahead of this for the family.
Yes. Yes.
That we have to get ahead of it for a family, and that's being proactive.
And we need
And
to we need
right,
to we need to include the healthcare workers in that if at all possible too, because they're on that front line as well. And I don't know if it's something their unions is not something that that's not state or county. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how they're included in that, but they definitely need to be. Because the healthcare workers are getting sick by the minute as well.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. So they should go down with the essential
yes,
worker.
Right.
They go
yes.
down with the essentials.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
So
the nurses, they're first responders, and
mhm.
any healthcare worker are essential or first
Mhm.
responder. I mean,
Yeah.
I
And
think.
Damon got the letter. I put the city, the town, we had the lawyer drafted up. So
Mhm.
it
Mhm.
should be no like little loopholes that they can try to like maneuver through because the
Right,
Mhm.
lawyer,
right,
looked over everything and made
yeah,
sure everything
yeah,
was
no, and it's
legit.
a good letter, and and we're going to do something on it this weekend, and post it,
Mhm.
and so people can see the letter, and I think it should be Chris Johnson and who's the other county legislators out in Yonkers.
Tubalo,
Jose
David
Alvarado.
Tubalo.
Yeah. Tubalo has the original copy from the city. So let's see what they do too, and they need to follow up on that also on the county level, with a similar letter to support first responders and essential workers, to make sure that they get these benefits. And down the line, I think it needs to have serious conversations with labor unions and municipalities, because
Absolutely.
And you know I'm union strong. I'm
yeah,
I'm I'm union strong.
exactly,
That's one thing.
exactly,
You know the union came out strong for me, so I have to
exactly,
make sure that I
exactly,
represent all of the unions, whether it
exactly.
be the police, whether it was the fire. Every
Mhm.
union in Yonkers came out for me,
We
so
need
I
these
have to make
protections.
sure
I
that they're
mean,
represented.
it has to be, I mean, it's the process. You sit
Hmm.
down, you negotiate, but I think for the betterment and moving forward, because Dr. Fauci said it is going to happen again. Let's
Yes,
not be fooled. But
yes.
everybody needs to be covered. I know everything when you dealing. I was a union delegate for 13 years. I was on 2 negotiation committees. I know everything comes down to dollar and cents. I get that.
Hmm.
I mean, but sometimes we have to work. We have to come to a medium where we have an understanding that the job is respected, and we have these safeguards.
Yes,
I mean that's what needs to happen, and I hope the negotiators for the municipalities and the union presidents leave their ego at the door, and
they
sit
need to.
down and negotiate something that's beneficial for both, because families are being destroyed right now,
Yes, and this
and
is not the time to play politics.
exactly,
This is not. We have people's lives on the line. And I hope and
exactly,
pray when the governor sees this, being that his brother is one of the ones that are affected, that he looks at
Mhm.
this letter and says, this is a no brainer.
exactly, exactly.
Real quick. So there was a comment from Brenda, and she wanted you to know. She said, Tasha, you will actually get more vitamin C from eating the whole orange rather than drinking orange juice, especially if the juice is not made fresh. She's my accountability partner. She's down with the whole food base, um, the whole plant based food thing, and she's always telling me that eat the fruit, don't drink the juice, eat the fruit, eat the fruit.
I don't really like oranges. So that's why I put I don't. That's why I put the little booster, the airborne boost in there, because
Yeah.
I don't really do orange juice. I don't really like
Now,
oranges.
Right.
so
Well,
now, so is there anything we haven't asked you since we have you that you want to get to the people? Any information? Anything you want to say to the people? Warnings to stay safe, or anything that you want to get out there?
Yeah, I just want the people to, I just want everyone to stay safe. I want them to take this seriously. That's another thing. They need to take this seriously. Please, our young people, when you go outside and you stand outside and you share that cigarette or you share that beer or you're out there with no gloves on and no mask
Or
and
you
you go
smoking that
home,
weed? Because that's what I seen around my block. They passing a blunt around the corner. I'm like,
you're going home to someone
right,
that you could potentially carry this to. You don't want to be the one to say, I killed my loved one for over ignorance.
exactly.
You don't want that.
mm,
And
mm,
another thing I want people to do is people need to start caring a little bit more. Stop
Hmm.
mm,
being selfish. Let me tell
Hmm.
mm,
you, when I went to the dollar store last week, there was a guy in there, older Caucasian guy in there. He was in front of me in line. He had maybe about 6 items. Um, they weren't taking they weren't taking cash. He had cash. So he said, "Oh, there's no way." Wait, they were taking. Yeah, no. They weren't taking cash. He didn't have his card. So I said, "You know
mm,
what?" He said, "Now what am I going to do?" I said, "You know what? Let me just pay for these items." He was like, "How can I pay you back?" I said, "You know what? God bless you. Take those items. I'll probably never see you again. I hope you be well with them, though." And
Hmm.
people need to do that. Be a
Yeah.
little bit more caring. He was an elderly. And let me tell you something. It was young people on that line with me. Nobody offered to buy this man stuff. He was ready to leave the store without. I think that was a test. God
Hmm.
tests people in
Absolutely.
different
Absolutely.
ways.
That's right.
He
Absolutely.
tests
That's right.
people in different ways. And people think that I'm not a spiritual person, that I'm not. I was born and raised in Yonkers, and my church is Community Baptist Church. I was christened, baptized, and married in that church. And that's a lot of things that people don't know about me, because I don't go out here and, my spirituality, this and that. God knows. So I
Right.
don't have to put it out there like that. And this is what he's testing everybody. People need to wake up. Check
That's
on your
right.
next door neighbor. Give them a loaf of bread. Don't wait for people to ask you for anything. If you see that it's needed and it needs to be done, take the initiative and go out
That's
and do
right.
what you got to do. Don't
That's
sit here and say, "Oh, Miss Such and Such was sick. She never asked me." No, they shouldn't have to ask you. Go out and do what you need to do.
that's
People
right.
need to be less selfish. Stop thinking about yourself.
That's
Think
right.
about other people. You have
That's
to.
right.
And
That's
people
right.
say to me, "You go out there every day. Are you crazy?" And this is what I tell them. Before I go out, I ask God to cover me in the blood of Jesus every time I leave this house. I pray not only for myself, but for my family members, for people that have it, for people that are in the midst of contracting it. I just pray for everybody. That's what he's
Hmm.
testing us. People
That's
don't
right.
realize that. This is a test. You have
That's
to
right.
make sure that you go out and you think about others. Because if you don't, you may not live to see
That's right.
the next day.
That's right.
And you don't want to die with any regrets either.
That's right.
You
That's right.
don't.
That's right. Well, you took us to church last
Yeah.
No
Friday.
doubt. I just want you. I want you to know that every time I see you out there, I make sure that I cover you in prayer too.
Thank
I
you.
Absolutely.
make sure that I
Thank
pray
you.
for you,
Absolutely.
and I want to encourage everybody to pray for our first responders,
Yes.
and that includes corrections and healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
All the people, even your Uber drivers that's
Yes.
driving people, and your delivery people that's delivering food. Like,
Yes.
pray for all of those out there. The supermarket workers on the cashier line. Like, pray for all those people. You know what I'm saying? Just pray for them daily, because we got to cover them in prayer, because they're on the front line. And if
Mm-hmm.
they don't provide these services, we don't have them. Like, I really don't want to go out today. I got to go get my medication from Rite Aid. Pray for all the people in there. I'm praying for God to go through there and clear that place up before I get there. Whatever's in there, they ain't supposed to be in there. Get it out before I even get there. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta. God's trying to get our attention, definitely. And
He is. He is.
I say that on every live.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just for those people that are watching live and those that will watch down the road, um, Tasha is an elected official that the Black brown communities, not just Yonkers, but throughout Westchester, we have to get behind and support, because
Yes.
the spirit that this sister has and what she's doing um,
Yes.
is not the norm. Is not the norm in Black politics. So I'm telling people we got to get around her, because sooner or later she's going to test the powers that be, because they're not going to want her.
No, they don't want me now.
Exactly.
They didn't want me then. They don't want me now.
Because you
But you
making them
know
look
what?
bad.
When
You
they
making
say
them
to
look bad.
me, yes, when they say to me, "How is City Hall treating you?" I look at them and say, "Is the question is, how am I treating City
Between City
Hall?"
Hall. Exactly, exactly. And and we just gotta support her, man. We can't. There's a lot, I mean, I've been doing this for a minute, and there's a lot of good people with good intentions, and they get crushed by this system, man. And and y'all know my story. I ain't got to say it, but I'm still here. But by the Most High, man, and we got to support those, who are out there and are genuine and loving the people, and we can't allow this system and this process to destroy people. So big shout out. And we're here. We're here, and I'll come out swinging. I have no problem And I'm just proud to see you do what you do. And I wanted to bring you on so you could talk about Yonkers and talk about what you're doing, and let people know, this virus, people are noticing things on how they treat Black and brown communities. And as we go on, and then the data starts coming and they start giving real data, we're going to see that our communities are going to be hit harder with this than any other community, man. And the thing is, how do we address it moving forward? How we address it moving forward. But Tasha, I want to thank you. AJ's anything else you want to say?
Nah, yo, I just want to thank you too, and it's a pleasure to be affiliated with you,
Thank you.
and to be able to have this forum, to be able to showcase people like yourself. So people, because it's like sometimes you give up hope, you lose hope, and
Yeah.
sometimes you need to see people like you that are actually doing stuff. It restores people's faith in humanity. You know what I'm saying? So you just keep being you. Don't let them change you. Like Damon said, we got your back. Don't worry
Thank
about
you.
that. You need us, we're there. You just holler, we there. And everybody that want to make donations again, the information we'll post it again, her email address and her phone number. We have to support those that are supporting our community, and those who are, you give to them big organizations and you don't really see where it's going. You can see the fruit of her labor. You can see it. So if you really want to donate something to somebody and you want, definitely reach out. And if you're in need, definitely reach out to her as well. So,
Right.
any last
I'm
words,
one of the
Tasha?
ones that are actually born and bred in Yonkers, sitting on that city council. So I know what it was then, I know what it is now, and I know what the future of Yonkers should be.
You got a
And I
couple of
believe we are
comments.
behind.
You
So
got a
we
couple
need
of
to keep
comments.
moving Yonkers
Okay,
forward.
absolutely. Sonia Murray said thank you. Bunch of hand claps, bunch of hearts. Stephanie Swan said a true woman of faith and encouragement. Kwame Madden said that's right. Lorraine Lopez said she's the real deal. A tsunami. Hector Santiago
My
said
baby.
preach. Stephanie Swan said God got it. Sonia Murray said amen. And we'll be adding you to my prayers, my sister.
Thank
And
you.
she said, yes, my sister, speak that biblical truth. Say that. That's right. Say that again. And that's the kind of comments you got. Stay safe.
Thank you.
All that good stuff. So you got a lot of love from the listeners.
And I'm
We're
not
gonna
doing it for the cloud. People say, "Oh, she's doing it for the cloud." I'm not doing it for the cloud.
I
It's
mean,
always me.
that's
Yeah, of
you know
course.
that's the haters. They hating on you, but they ain't out there doing nothing. They ain't out there
And
doing.
they got to deal with me for 4+ years because I'm here constitutionally for 4 years, thanks to the people of the city of Yonkers and District 3.
and she don't only go out there by herself. Still was something. Oh, when the fire happened in Sinead's district, she was like, "AJ, we need you. I'm coming to pick you up." Like she came and
Yeah,
made
we
sure that
don't
I was
play.
there,
I'm
so I
built
could
for it
cover
too.
it,
We don't play.
and bring some attention to that. And she rallies the troops, man. So um, keep doing what you're doing. That's it from me, man.
Thank
I
you,
want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is Black
Thank
Westchester
you.
presents People Before Politics. The little Black Westchester Power Hour. We're going to try to do a lot of these, showcase some more people. We're going to bring you some of the interviews that we had to cancel. We're going to keep the Sunday show going live on this format, and we got a couple other things in the works that we're working on. Black Westchester's working on to continue to bring you to keep tuning into our shows, our lives. Keep checking blackwestchester.com for updates, and we'll try to get you the information. You need to get something out, contact us, blackwestchester@gmail.com. If you have some information, if you have questions that can't be answered, you can't get answers to, hit us, and we will continue to be that voice of the people that y'all have empowered us to be. Until next time, peace.
peace.
Peace. See you later.
Victims of Americanism are waking up, and they're gaining a new political consciousness, becoming politically mature. And they become political maturity, they're able to see the recent trends in these political elections. That any minority that has a block of votes that stick together is in a strategic position. Either way you go, that's who gets it. You're in a position to determine who go to the White House and who stay in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You and I have never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy. And we open our eyes today and look around America, we see America not through the eyes of someone who has enjoyed the fruits of Americanism. We see America through the eyes of someone who has been the victim of Americanism. We don't see any American dream. We've experienced only the American nightmare. We haven't benefited from America's democracy. We've only suffered from America's hypocrisy. And the generation that's coming up now can see it. And I'm not afraid to say 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 it.